Hello, everybody. We do. A lot of you are new to any of the leagues I run. Halfway point of the season, we do a report card. I call it the State of the Union. Locker room talk, State of the Union. Starting now. We go back from 10 with all the teams that. Little report on all the teams that are in the league. So let's get it started. In 10th place, we got. Oh, hold on, screwed this up. Of course, I screwed it up. 10th place, we got Nuns. Goes by Nuns, but his name's Aaron. Don't have a picture of him, so by the time this video is released, if I get a picture of him, I'll put it up in the video. Otherwise, he's going to be a mystery man. I'll put up one of those shadow pictures. Honestly, I'm not sure how this team is in last place. Feels loaded to me. Not kissing your ass. I'm just being honest. Allen's a great QB. Running backs and Chubb, Javante Pacheco went down. That hurt you. Doesn't seem like a last place team, but you do have problems at wide receiver. Waddle's had no one to throw to him for a month. Jameson in trouble again. Something stupid again. This time it's a PED issue. Garrett Wilson not living up to his potential. Mari Cooper could be big now that he's with Allen. Could come to the rescue for you. And, Tua coming back could be good for Waddle. So watch out. Also have a top 3 tight end in McBride. That is a sneaky pick. Nobody thought I guess he did trend well last year after after having a decent end of the year. But I don't know. The tight ends have been awkward this year. So he's one of I'd say top 2 or 3. Also best human and kicker on the planet in Butker. Butker's a hero to everybody lately. Speaks his mind, doesn't give a shit. So we like him. You won't finish last. And you actually might sneak in to the playoffs. So 6 teams that make it, I think you might sneak in. You need to maybe do a couple moves. No one's really trading in this league, but there's 6 spots we shall see. In 9th place, we got Big Smitty. Right here is Smitty. This is my brother-in-law. One of the best human beings on the planet Earth. Having a rough time at 2 and 5. Actually, I picked this team to be a problem to deal with. He's got Lamar. So what? That's basically the MVP right now. Anyone gonna argue with that? Now that Jaden Daniels got hurt. He's got Devontae back with Aaron Rodgers. That's scary to me. All these people missed a step and all the shit they're saying. No. That's not how it works. Maybe in your la fantasy land, you think that Devontae Adams missed a step. No, he just got back with him for 1 game. Relax, as Rodgers would say. Cheetah, he's got Tua coming back. Watch out. I'm telling you, that's the best receiver in football. I don't care. If he has a quarterback that is talented and someone he has a little in sync with, watch out. This team is not a 9th place team. Scary Terry McScorin on his bench, I believe. Loaded with potentials. I'd move Caleb Williams, who's proven everybody wrong. Yeah, he's a little light in the loafers maybe. Who knows? Nobody cares. Hey, do you? But he's a weird dude, but he's showing he's a pro. He's definitely not just hype. He's definitely showing he belongs. Honestly though, Smitty, not sure why Gibson is rostered and Ladd. In this 10-team league, you can find much better talent. That's just my opinion. I throw it in here. Either way, I expect Big Smitty to fight for one of the 6 spots with Lamar leading the way. Great team, and just not living up to it. You're fine though. Everybody's in this league is really fine. I mean, second half could change everything. So 8 hole, we got Kurt. You know, Kurt, the guy that's talking to himself in the chat. No, nobody responds back to. Maybe Henry said a few words to him. Gotta love Kurt, buddy of mine from work. We used to work together, and not anymore. But funny, definitely. You say something in the chat, he responds in like 10 seconds. There's no one like him. I love the guy. I think he's got a decent chance of putting a second half run together. He's got Amara, ASB, whatever you want to call him. He hasn't done shit yet, especially based on what he's done in the past. Money Mooney, flashes of greatness. He had one big game, showed you what he can do. He's an athletic freak. Josh Jacobs and Jordan Mason lead the running back room. He also, I don't know, I don't think he has CMC. No, because Tom does. So yeah, he's kind of screwed because CMC's coming back. So he might need to make a move. He does have Cook in the flex, but watch out, Cook's going to be in a timeshare. I'm telling you, this running back, what's his name for that's backing up Cook? He's nice. He might be a better athlete too. But you know, overall solid to the start. You need to think about the future though, Kurt. Your running backs are going to have a problem when CMC comes back. Two decent tight ends, so maybe you could move one of those. You got Laporta, shell of last year, but hey, he's shown he can do it at this level. And Detroit's been kind of weird with the schemes, and they have so many weapons that I think, you know, and that running game is ridiculous. There hasn't been a 1-2 punch like that since Baltimore. And what year was that? Like 5 years ago. That's such a good 1-2 punch at running back in Monty and Gibbs, Sonic and Knuckles. But yeah, he might need to make a move with one of those tight ends. What else is going on for Kurt? I don't have to tell Kurt to make trades, by the way. I think it's literally all he thinks about day and night. So if you want to make a trade, Kurt might not accept your trade, but he will counter. This guy is active. So he should have interest in trying to do that. Like I said, don't have to tell him that, but stand by and find out. In 7th place, we got Corey Dog. He's going to Philippines for work. He's sitting at 3-4. Team's very nice. Baker May having a career year. And that wasn't even Corey's starter. It was his backup. I think he started out with, who the hell he started? I can't remember. But I think he drafted a quarterback that shit the bed. I can't remember. Corey, you know. I could look it up, but I'm trying to do this like without looking at paper and shit like that. You have the best running back in Kyron Williams. I'm just going to tell you that. As far as from a fantasy standpoint, everyone will say, oh no, Saquon this and Saquon. No. Williams has a streak going. Fact check me. I think I'm right. But he's just reliable. He's double digits. He's solid, man. He's just a solid running back. I had to trade him in another league because I was hurting at wide receiver. I ended up getting Cheetah for him, and we mixed in some other people, but you know, that's the guy. Corey, that's a dangerous guy right there, Corey. Also has Aaron Jones, hadn't hit his stride, hasn't been used properly, whatever, game script, who knows. CD and Olave, you picked up Kraft off the wire. That's a nice tight end. He's had some great games. They're obviously using him as a weapon. So, you know, Corey's in Marine. He'll be in the Philippines for a month or so, maybe the rest of the season. I think he might have 3 months. If you lose focus, I could help you out with setting your lineups if you don't have access. But I mean, you should be able to do it though, because Seamus is doing it from Thailand in my other league in the Football Institute of Technical Technology. So anyway, good squad, man. Overall, you know, you got in that little text war with Henry in the beginning. That was entertaining. So Henry's fired back. It's been a little, I like it. Good stuff. Then he went dark. He went quiet. Anyway, 6th spot. We got, oh, this is me. Whew, I don't love this team. You know, I have neighbors, but let's be honest, he hasn't been the same since conking himself out. Like, who knocks himself out? That's embarrassing is what that is. Doesn't look the same guy since the concussion. Marvin Harrison Jr. traded for him. Looks like a bust. Brees Hall, shell of last year. Devin Ache, second fastest guy on the Dolphins, and he's had no Tua for a month. Been useless. I do have Dobbins and Najee, Brian Robinson, Puka getting healthy. You would think this is a good team. I know I'm in sixth place, but this feels, I don't know, it doesn't feel good. I hate these kind of teams, to be honest, because every time, you leave points on the bench with these kind of guys. The start-sit decisions are just, they kill you with these. When you feel like you got a lot of, maybe I should package two of these guys for one complete world beater primetime guy. I don't know. Either way, not feeling confident in this fixed spot. I'll just, I'm critical of my team when I have to be, and I am critical of this team. I don't like it. Now for the contenders. Top 5. 6 make the playoffs, but top 5, these are the contending teams. Matty Smith, he put together a really nice team at 3 and 4. Solid QB play from Joe Cool. Excellent backs in Bijan and Gibbs. Now, Bijan has had that Algier problem, but, obviously the most talented guy is Bijan. So someone needs to slap that coach around, or play caller, whoever's calling the plays, coordinator, and get Bijan, feed him a rock. That guy's ridiculous. Gibbs is solid. He's on the best 1-2 punch in football for running backs. You got Brian Thomas for wide receivers. You got Zay Flowers. Those guys can be counted on week to week. Your flex spot is light, and no criticism, but your bench is a disaster. Don't take that as criticism, but it's a disaster. Also, Travis Kelce, Travis Swift, whatever you want to call him, name change that guy. His nuts have been cut off by that relationship. Or I know it's an easy out. It's overused, and I don't know what else to say though. I guess the podcast deal and the Pfizer Band-Aid and the COVID shot and all this bullshit that made him a ton of money. He doesn't have the fire for football anymore because he's useless. I benched him, or I'm considering benching him, because tight end is such a weird position to fill. But I don't know. I have hope that it's the Chiefs, so Patty will find him, but they're trying everything. He's just useless. I think Matty's got some work to do to make the dance. Strengthen your team via trade. This bench ain't it, guy. Otherwise, though, your starters, nice. No criticism, as I said, but that bench is a nightmare. Fourth place, we got Henry. Easy work. Hot boy summary called himself. That exchange with, it was like the first night exchange. We just had the picking out for the draft, and Corey just went jugular on you. And we were laughing our asses off. Anyway, pretty funny exchange with Corey in the beginning there. The chat, though, since then, mostly dead. I don't know. That might have killed the chat, that whole exchange. Who knows? 4 and 3. You put together a nice squad, Henry. I haven't seen you in years, man. We used to work together. I don't love your wide receivers now that Evans, Shaheed, and DK are all hurt. Dobbs, London, those guys, they're not that great, but I think Evans is coming back. Shaheed's on the IR. DK's definitely coming back. So you'll be all right. Got a good record, so you can afford to have a blip and have a couple trip ups here down in your matchups. But your running back room is loaded, so maybe you need to make some moves. You got Mike Hunt. You got Ramondre, who's definitely going to get the ball, but he is on the Pats, and rebuild mode with a guy that's never coached following up the greatest coach ever. We gotta question Robert Kraft at this point. Why he put Mayo in this position. Mayo should have been a coordinator. Go out and get a good coach. I don't know. I'm going off the rails. Sorry, forget that. Anyway, Ramondre, Mike Hunt, easily your biggest problem right now until CMC comes back. Hopefully you can survive it. I don't see this being sustainable, though. I think you need to make a move at running back, but it doesn't. I don't think you have the pieces to get it done, though, to be honest. So, do love your confidence. You got a lot of confidence with the name. Easy work. Whoa, simmer down now. Easy work. Seems like you think you have the upper hand. Sharps say no. I'm sorry. Nope. It's not going to happen. But yeah, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Maybe you need to make some deals. Let's see what happens with CMC, because that injury seems worse than I thought. 3-hole, we got James Smith, Jumbo Slice. James, great name. What a team you put together. Like every other team, though, injury bug has bit you hard. Kamara, broken hand. I said in another league, he'll wrap that shit up and still play. He's a tough guy. Broken hand doesn't really matter, but it sucks. It's gonna cause some ball security issues, I think, but he'll play. JT constantly hurt. He's on the Colts. That team, that whole franchise is jinxed. Ever since Deflategate, they jinxed themselves, and you know what? They earned that. There's a lot of problems with the football gods in that team. JT's made of paper. Now Kittle's hurt. Deontay Johnson's hurt. So you're bit by the bug. Your bench looks a bit weak to me. I mean, Zamir should not even be rostered in a 10-man league. I'm sorry. So same with Curtis Samuel. I do like Eckler, but he's kind of, he's not the same guy. Let's just be honest. Even when Robinson's hurt, he doesn't have the same burst that he had. Eckler used to be somebody everybody wanted, but he's jumped the shark a little bit. Positives, you got 2 great quarterbacks. You could deal either of them and add some depth, which I think would be a good move for you, and you'd be guaranteed to make the playoffs if you just add a little bit of depth. So we'll see what happens, my man. I always say this, and I'll keep it short, but there's 4 phases of the game. You guys know it. You got to have a good draft. You got to work the wire. You got to make good start-sit decisions, but you got to trade. If you don't do all 4, you're not winning at all. And I've never seen anyone hold on to all their cards, have such a great draft, avoid injury bug, work the wire, do good start-sit, but they don't trade. It just doesn't happen. So I think, everybody needs to trade and strengthen their team. Pops, second place. Pops, what's your team name? I can't remember. Now You See Me, I think maybe. He's also in my other league, so we work together. This is a good team, Pops. 5-2. I'll go on record right now. I don't guarantee much. I guarantee you'll be in the playoffs, and I think you might be in the finals with this squad. C.J. Stroud, he's not even the same guy as last year. He's still solid. Tank Dell is now a massive target with Nico hurt. You got Diggs, you got Pitts, you got Swift, Monty, Debo, Pollard. Like, how do you have all these? It seems unfair, and you just had a good draft. This is the guy. This is the team, the kind of team that beats everybody. World beaters in the regular season, and then they go. They have a hiccup in the first game and they're one and done. So I don't want that to happen to you. No jinx, no KOD, but great teams, Pop. I expect you to be there. Just watch out for that one and done scenario. Could happen. First place, Tommy Smith, which is Tom Knows Ball. This is the guy we're all gunning for. Incredible skill position guys on this team. Jamar, Justin Jefferson on the same team. This feels bad for everyone else. How did you do that, by the way? I got to check the draft. I'm going to put it up here. Walker, Mixon, Jaden Reed, Connor. Connor's riding the pine. What? You had Nico Collins. What is going on here? Like, did we draft? Did other people, what happened? I don't know. It's almost like you work somewhere where you get a lot of intel. I don't know how you did this. Anyway, huge problem at quarterback for you. Elephant in the room, bud. Richardson, he is a hunk of junk. Fields, that ain't getting it done. So what you should do is work that. I looked at the wire a second ago. I got 4 guys that start over either of those cats. I think you just haven't looked at your team this week or something, because Fields isn't even an option anymore. Decent options on the wire. I'm sure you're going to do something. Maybe you'll make a move. You got way too many guys, so you're going to leave points on the bench. So might as well package and get an elite guy, and at least you won't watch all those points on the bench. I expect you to have a big second half. And I think there'll be a lot more trading too in the second half. So everybody, listen, I appreciate y'all. It's been a fun first half, and we'll catch you in the funny papers.